This week is the last of my 3 favorite crocheted edgings, the mini series of crocheted edgings in the Bigger Crochet for Knitters series. And this one we're going to call a spiked edging. I think it's kind of appropriate, and it's actually my favorite. I think it's the most elegant of the 3 that I've shown you. Even though all 3 are my favorite, this one might be my most favorite of the 3. Let's go ahead and take a look. We have the exact same knitted piece in the long moss stitch, and I'll give you instructions for how to work this in the video description. And you see that we have these spikes. It's just single crochets and spikes all the way around the edge. And this, of course, works great on blankets, the sleeves, sleeve cuffs, anything. You can add this to just about anything and make it look good. This edging does, however, need to be worked in a color that's different from the main piece. Otherwise, you won't be able to see it. Okay, it's super easy to work. I love this one. We're going to start in the bind off row here, and I'm going to stab in, pull up a loop, and I always leave myself like a 6-inch tail there to weave in. I'm going to chain 1, and that's going to count for a single crochet. And then I'm going to work a single crochet in the following stitch. If you need a review of single crochet, I'll give you a link right here. Now in the instructions, I tell you to single crochet into the stitch below or something like that. But it's the part I want to focus on is it's not really the stitch below. It's really anywhere you want to make it, as long as you're consistent across the row. I'm going to go ahead and do my spike. Well, I'll give it a try here, which I think is the stitch below. I'm going to stab like right into the work like this. Grab the yarn, pull up a loop, and as you work this, really ease up on your tension because the stitch is going to be stretched further than normal. And then grab the yarn and pull through both. That's not as spiky as I want it. I'm going to try that again. So I'm going to stab down even further. I stabbed in there last time. I'm going to stab down even further, grab the yarn, pull up a loop. Easy, easy, easy because we're stretching the yarn pretty far. Grab the yarn and pull through both. That's a good spike. Okay, so I skip the next stitch, single crochet into the next 2, and then I'm going to do a spike again. And as long as I'm consistent about how deep I make my spikes, that it's going to look good. You actually could do like a long one and a short one and a long one and a short one. Oh, I get all kinds of ideas. I'm looking across. This is where I want to go. Easy, easy on the tension here, pulling up a lot more yarn for this stitch. Did I not go down far enough? I did. Skip the next stitch, 2 single crochets. I'm going to spike down this time. I think I want to go here. Easy, easy on the tension. Okay, and there's the spike stitch. And as I've said in the other videos, the instructions that I've given you are for using the same weight of yarn in the edging as you used in the knitted piece and using a crochet hook that is the same size as the knitting needle that you used. If you're going to change yarn weights or crochet hook sizes, your mileage may vary here. You may need to not skip that stitch or skip 2 stitches in each 4-stitch repeat. And as you go around, you may need to fudge it so that you get to the corners the way that you want the corners to look. In the corners that I did here, I wanted single crochets around the corners and then 2 spikes after the corners. And I can see I had to throw in an extra stitch here. You'll see it when you're doing it, but then if you step away from your work for a couple of days, you won't be able to see where you added the extra ones. And on a piece of work that's bigger than this, of course, you're never going to see it. No one would ever notice. But you want to just make it so it spaces out so that it does look good on the corners when you get to them. And that's it, my favorite of the simple crocheted edgings, the spiked edge. I'm working on next week's video right now, and you're not going to want to miss it. You should probably subscribe to make sure that you don't.